So, Lone Rider here, and just wanted to share something with you. I went to the doctor today. I had a physical for the first time in a while, which I haven't needed because I don't often get sick and I rarely have accidents, thank goodness. But one of the things that occurred is they're asking a bunch of questions, and one of the questions they asked was, "Do you have any guns in the home?" And of course, I responded with, "Well, no, but I wish I did because that sounds like an awful lot of fun." And of course, I was speaking as a target shooter. I mean, I do archery, and I have shotguns. I just don't own any. But it is worth noting because I don't think they were asking that question for their health, as it were. I think they were asking um, for a reason, probably because they were instructed to ask, and if they got an answer that maybe they didn't like, perhaps they would have followed it up with something. So, um, just for those people who think that um, these gun control measures that are being talked about are, you know, perfectly safe and no threat to anybody, and if you're not a bad guy, you don't have anything to worry about. Well, think again. Okay, I went into the doctor's office looking to just get a checkup, and instead I got a question about something that had absolutely nothing to do with my health, one way or the other, and more to do with what I own. And I frankly, you know, yeah, I laughed it off by when they asked, do you own any guns? I was like, well, no, but that would be kind of cool if I did. I wish I did. Um, I, I kind of laughed it off, but the truth was, it left me with a bad taste in my mouth because I don't think they were asking, um, a question like that just for their health. I think that, like I said, that if they had maybe gotten an answer they didn't like, that they would have tried to act on it in some way. So, um, for those of us who do, I mean, I do archery, I do target shooting. I don't own any firearms, but I have shot firearms. Um, for those of us who do this sort of thing and find it fun and something cool to do, um, you got to ask yourself, what's the point of this? Right? Why would somebody ask a question like that? Right? I mean, why would you ask if somebody has guns in their home unless maybe you wanted to do something about that? Maybe you wanted to make sure they didn't have guns in their home. And if you don't think there's a big problem with that, then I think you got to recheck your premises because, you know, I mean, I'd never been to this doctor before. I didn't know this individual. Um, Actually, it was the doctor's nurse that was asking the questions as a preliminary to actually meeting with the doctor. So the doctor himself didn't care whether I had guns, but the nurse asked it just as she was going down a list of questions that she had on a computer. And I gotta wonder, why would you ask that if you didn't intend to take people's guns away? Why the hell would you waste your time, right? Well, I don't think you would. And so, as somebody who does, in addition to being a cyclist and being a tinkerer, um, being somebody who does HEMA or historical European martial arts, mostly historical sword fighting, I also do target shooting. And most of my target shooting is with archery. I own bows, I don't own any firearms, but I have shot firearms in the past, and I think they're pretty fun. And what the hell is wrong with that? I mean, like, why is that why is that cause for suspicion? Why is that cause for looking askance at somebody? What the hell is wrong with our country? If you get to the point where just because you don't like what somebody does for fun on a Saturday afternoon, that you think they should be the target of some kind of governmental intervention, I mean, no. You know what? What I should have done, and in retrospect, I'm realizing this, when they asked me if I had any guns at home, instead of saying, Well, no, but I wish I did, because that sounds like fun. What I should have said was, it's none of your damn business. All right? Because it literally is none of their damn business. Lone Rider out. Just something to think about here.